Greetings, I'm Zach. Now, we all know that I'm a big lover of physical media. Now, obviously, I have been on holiday, which is probably why I haven't released as many videos as I would have liked over the recent weeks. It was Easter, I had a great time, but that did allow me, like, in the interim, to accumulate a few piles, some kind of Easter sales items, if you will, and others from obviously when I went away for Easter. I went to an area that I'd never been to before, which was East Grinstead, and that's what I'm going to go through in this video, the pickups I got from a CEX there. But I do have some more different Easter sale items off to my side that you can look forward to in future videos. But for today, as a tasting to kickstart this process, I'm going to go into the physical media pickups I got from East Grinstead. Now, what I love about exploring other shops, in different areas, shall we say, is I do often find that when I do this, I do find titles that I am not expecting, titles that potentially were on my radar, but I was having trouble finding in my local area or online due to like being sold out and things like that. But in this particular instance, I have a healthy pile of interesting items, but of them, I think actually the one that I was most impressed with was actually a box set. It was a box set from 88 Films. This is in fact my only multi-movie box set of movies from 88 Films. And as I say, we all know I love martial arts movies. Martial arts movie section, pretty cool, pretty cool. I know there's a Timu Astromort there, but I promise you, that's where the martial arts section of 88 Films is currently stored. But to add to that collection is this box set, Tiger Cage 1 to 3, starring Donnie Yen and various other people. Now, reading into this, I did see it actually behind the counter, which is always kind of a good place for like the collector's items, if you will, regarding CEXs and things like that. But £20, £20 for this box. I have never seen it shy of 35, and to find this in the wild in basically pristine condition, it just called out to me basically from the shelves. And to be fair, in all honesty, I don't know much about this. I have an idea of what it's about. I've obviously read into it a bit more now, and basically I can kind of equate it to stuff I have already got in the collection, like Yes Madam and things like that. It's very much a like modern kind of martial artsy crime police kind of movie series here, which promises a lot, and I think is my cup of tea. But I will kind of maybe sit on it for a while, kind of ponder the right moment, I think, to actually dive into this box set head on, because it is calling to me. That spine just there, that looks pretty cool design wise. I cannot fault that. On here we've got booklets, which is absolutely fantastic, 100 pages, reversible sleeves, artwork, the whole kit and caboodle, double-sided fold-out poster as well. Maybe in the future I can do an unboxing of this. Would you like to see that? Please let me know in the comments, and I have plenty more to show you as well. That's why I'm doing requests on those, by the way, because I can do as many as I can, but if there's something specifically you see in the background or I mention in a video, then please let me know in the comments and I can do an unboxing for you, because we all like those and they're pretty fun. So you can kind of make your own decisions, see if that's worth your purchase, or maybe I can reveal something about it you didn't already know. So there we are. So moving on from Tiger's Cage 1 to 3, let's go on to the DVD section. Now, you may laugh at me for this, but it's a movie called Jurassic Games. This was indeed only 50p. Now, as you can probably imagine, CGI in that, not the greatest in the world. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't expecting it from a movie like this, but the reason I actually got this was because I caught a tiny glimpse of it, I believe on the Horror Channel a few years ago. And essentially, if I'm correct, is the fact that it's obviously kind of the Hunger Games-ish, but with dinosaurs. And from what I had seen, I was actually quite impressed. Which, would I recommend it? I would have to watch it all first, but it's certainly my cup of tea, especially when it comes to like very B-movie, low-budget movies, very much in the vein of, well, I don't know, like your shark movies, your creature features, all that kind of jazz. But I think, from what I did see, this did kind of have a certain charm to it, so maybe it will be worth a visit in the future. So I hope that is going to be added into the collection and not be regretted, because I don't think that's going to be the case. Next up, interesting. It's kind of spur of the moment kind of decision on this particular one. It was £3. It is a steelbook indeed, but I basically got inspired to buy this because I have great memories of watching this particular trilogy of movies on the TV, and they tend to be presented on the TV almost always in like a triple bill, which is quite fun. But indeed, this year we do have another sequel coming out called Karate Kid Legends. Now, this particular one is, of course, the steelbook of the first 3 movies. Really great movies. They have their charm, and the third one especially is very, very kind of bombastic. But I think it is a product very much of its time, and at the time, people couldn't get enough of it. They honestly could not get enough of these movies, and they're always worth a visit in my opinion. So obviously this is the DVD, but it is a very nice steelbook. I do have a few other DVD steelbooks. I can do like a collection video of those in the future if you'd like. But do I think this is a good, decent addition to add into the collection? Let's show the camera there. You can see the camera in the reflection. That's quite cool. But yeah, I really like this. I really like this. You may notice actually that it has got a protector over it. Say what you want about those particular things. I have found that they have been particularly useful at protecting like steelbooks and things. But more so, I think in this particular instance, it's more to do with aesthetics, because it does give kind of like an extra added shine or sheen to the actual steelbook. Especially when it's like being displayed or in like a row of them, it does look quite aesthetically pleasing to the person taking it in, which is nice. So, moving on. We go on to actually an Arrow video. This was an Arrow video, which, to be fair, Arrow video at the moment is really where my like crosshairs are actually at regarding movies. I made full advantage of the Easter sales when it came to the Arrow Video website, but that is indeed the topic for another video. But this particular instance is a movie that I had never seen before, like advertised anywhere, but it is indeed Burst City from Arrow Video. Now, this is indeed... this got me in the first line. So, Burst City is an explosive Molotov cocktail of dystopian sci-fi. Mad Max-style biker wars against Yakuza gangsters and police. That screams watch me. To what extent, I do know that Arrow has a particular skill at making even the worst of movies sound absolutely fantastic. Now, I will have to make my own opinion on this particular title in good time. It doesn't have a dub, unfortunately. Say what you will about dubs, I do like to have the option, like, regarding that at least. But again, Arrow Video, I kind of like the ambiguity when it comes to these titles, because when I don't hear about them, it makes me want to pick them up. And that reminds me ever much so of the glory days of, well, I very much call it the back end of Blockbuster back in the day. Unfortunately, that is long gone, and basically we're not going to see a resurgence in Blockbuster and rental videos anytime soon, in my opinion anyway, but that's how we keep it alive. I like to get obscure titles, especially from like Arrow Video, 88 Films, all these titles. I don't necessarily get them always because it's a movie I know about, I've seen before, I know it's going to be good. I like to also get movies that I know nothing about in order to make my own opinion on them, because I read so many reviews here and there, Letterboxd, etc, 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 that completely trash movies in some instances. but then I actually go and watch it, make my own opinion on it, and actually, it's pretty good. What does that say about my taste in movies? Personally, I think everyone is entitled to their taste in movies, and if you like something, like it. And nobody's going to shoot you down for that. I mean, they can try, but stand your ground. If a movie is worth watching, talk about it. That's what it's all about. But to use Burst City and maybe some other titles in my Arrow video collection, you can see how I've actually moved my Shore Scope Blu-rays for the time being. I've actually got almost like a triple bill in mind that I would like to do, and that is the Arrow video releases of Trapped Alive, Madhouse, and Brain Damage, or potentially The Slayer. There's a couple of other ones in there as well, but any combination of those, I think, just trying to cast my mind back into the days of Blockbuster and things, to pick up that VHS, probably in that instance, to see that cover art, to kind of make the decision to take that movie home, to give it a watch, for better or worse. That is an experience, that is something that, as collectors, we cherish and want to keep alive, and that is something that is genuinely really enjoyable, and I would highly recommend that people, if you're not a physical media collector, you do not have to break the bank or anything regarding this stuff. You honestly don't. Don't keep up with the Joneses, collect what you want to collect, and if anyone tells you any different, stand your ground. It's your collection after all. You don't have to lend it out to them or anything. So anyway, moving on. That was the only Arrow video release, and actually, to kind of segue into the final section of this, I came across two titles that, again, physical media wise, I had never seen actually in hand before, and price wise, pretty good. I believe they were around £6 to £8 each. They are both Blu-ray, and they are Cocaine Bear, Maximum Rampage Edition, and Psycho Gorman, which are two movies that have been on my radar for a good long while, and both of them just sound like absolute bundles of fun. I honestly can't quite fathom how they've avoided me thus far, because they have been out for some time now. But that's kind of an interesting little kind of side note I wanted to kind of bring up now, and that is, as much as you can kind of plan to collect things from stores and things, in my experience, I found that if you go in with a particular title in mind, sometimes if that's all you're looking for, you can be disappointed. Whereas I often cherish the browsing aspect of collecting physical media in a physical store, because you come across titles that you didn't expect. You come across titles that perhaps you'd heard about but had not seen or had the opportunity to have seen before. But that's where basically these two lie, because I love my creature features, I love my how do they describe it? Hilarious, absurd, and kind of the kind of genre cinema we dream of. Strong bloody violence, gore, and injury detail. For what sounds like a child's movie, PG, Psycho Gorman, it's his nickname. It's a 15 and contains a lot of violence. Perfect. Sounds absolutely amazing and right up there in my cup of tea, shall we say. So overall, I think East Grinstead, I think I did kind of pick it clean, because there was a lot of titles there that actually I had either seen and wasn't particularly interested in, or ones I already had. But for the most part, I was very happy with what I actually got from there, because did I expect to get any of these titles? Was I looking for any of these titles? No, but I was very happy with the ones I did get in the end. So hopefully that keeps you all up to speed. Definitely check out my other videos that are coming up regarding all my Easter kind of pickups, shall we say. I have had great fun kind of going through these particular pickups with you now, and I look forward to actually adding them into the collection behind me, because honestly, after this pile of stuff I've got to my right here has been added in, I feel as if it's going to look like a completely different shelf, and that is actually quite exciting. I do like the experience of doing a bit of reorganisation when it comes to physical media, because it's part of the fun. Part of the fun, in my opinion. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to this video, and I'll see you, ladies and gentlemen,